Hey everyone, Drill checking in here. Pretty exciting. So, Undertakers is launching in North America January 28th. I believe that's today, if I'm not mistaken. So everyone around the world will be able to get their hands on Undertakers. It works on all the models, which is something that people actually asked for, so we put in quite a bit of effort to make sure it worked on all the models. So 2DS, the original 3DS, that works, and also our next 3DS game that's upcoming, Guardians and Metal Exterminators, will also be for all models. So that's for everyone that asked. What's coming up before that, though, is our next freebie, which is going to be Silver Falls Frontier Fighters Mini. This came about because I grabbed one of these devices and I thought it was so cool. I really wanted to get a game on there. I'm a Unity developer. Unfortunately, I can't really get Unity working on a lot of these old handheld, not old, a lot of these retro-styled handhelds that are meant for playing the older games. But I can use a program called RPG Maker 2003, which came out in 2002. So I actually created a brand new Silver Falls game over the past 2 weeks, and it's about 95% done. I'm just doing some testing now. But that will run on a lot of these devices. So this is the Retroid Pocket 2. This thing's so cool. I couldn't put this thing down when I grabbed it a couple weeks ago. I just thought it was the coolest thing ever. So I've got that's going to launch on there. But what's very cool, I put in a lot of extra work as well, because I know that a lot of people use Homebrew on other devices. People told me they like using Homebrew on 3DS. So hey, guess what? Frontier Fighters Mini will work 100% on the 3DS. If you have a Vita that does Homebrew, you can have it on there. You can also get it running on other consoles, like for example, I've heard there's a Wii version. So I use an emulator called Easy RPG, and Easy RPG, you install that the same way you install an emulator that plays PlayStation or Super Nintendo or Nintendo games, and you can run my game, Frontier Fighters Mini. So it's totally free. And again, that's just a way to say thanks to the fans. I'm grateful to everyone supporting Silver Falls, for picking up the games, playing them, talking about the games to other players. I'm so appreciative of that. So this is my way to say, hey, thanks. You know, here's another game. Grab it and just have fun with it. And it is sort of like an infinite RPG. It covers, it recaps the story a little bit, and then for the most part, you're sort of going into the Frontier Fighter missions, much like Frontier Fighters on the 3DS. And you keep building up your party of characters. You get stronger. You get random loot every time you complete a mission. So, hey, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. You can play it for a couple of minutes here and there on your portable device if you're sitting at a bus stop or waiting for your train or what have you. So that's where we are at the moment. Depending on how sales go with Undertakers, I'm either going to focus on finishing Guardians and Metal Exterminators and getting that launched on the 3DS. If sales on Undertakers is a bit slow, if we don't really get enough to support the 3DS platform for the time being, then I'm actually going to shift focus to Episode Watchtower. That game needs about 2 to 3 weeks of development, and then I can have that submitted to Nintendo, and then that will be our first Switch title. And I'll be doing that if Undertakers doesn't really have a strong start in the first couple weeks of sales in North America. If it does, then I'll push to get Guardians and Metal Exterminators out on the 3DS, and hopefully, if things go well, I should be able to have that launched within 2 months. So that's just a quick check-in. I'll be posting some video of Frontier Fighters Mini within the next few days or so. So guys, Undertaker should be out probably, you know, around 9 a.m. or noon, depending on where you are in the North American region. I really hope that you guys enjoy that and have fun with it. It's supposed to be sort of a shock to your system in terms of a retro experience in the way that the story mode works. And then your Game B, which is your secondary mode, is something you'd expect more out of a modern game with its action-packed. It's a bit more predictable. And that one does save your progress, and you level up your characters. Thanks a lot for your support. All right, we'll see you guys around. Cheers.